So the moral of my story is, if you ever get pepper sprayed, just do this. Hello guys, Bean here, and I'm back with another video. And today I have Reddit video as always, and today I have a surprise with my webcam. Hopefully I'm gonna add them in all my videos, have them somewhere in the corner or whatever. Anyways, this is r/EntitledParents. I have 2 stories, as long as it's 10 minutes. If it's not, then 3. And the second or last one is a collab with r/comedy. I'm gonna leave his link in the comment section area. Let's get straight into the video. Let's go, I'm pumped. This one's titled, Karen lies to manager, gets caught, bombs the store with pepper spray. Long story, I'm getting confused. This took place last week at work. Some backstory, I'm a cashier at Harris Teeter, and very rarely have a negative interaction with someone because it was such a tight-knit neighborhood atmosphere. Everyone knew and loved us cashiers. This was the one exception. It was also the most insane public freakout I have ever experienced. It was a mid-morning and I had just been talking to one of my customers that always come to my register. Alright, hold up with that. Like, I don't know if anyone else has that experience, but my mum does that as well. I never understood why. To see the one person that they like and they're like, you know what? You're the chosen one for me. Why? Why do that? It's like, what's so special about him? After giving her the receipt, smiling, I turned to today's Karen, who was already glaring at me with the classic resting bitch face. Her response to my greetings immediately gave me that sense that she was not in the best mood. Roughly. Me. Did you find everything okay today, ma'am? No, but then again, I never do at this place. Well, you can always go to customer service and they can locate an item for you if we have it in stock. No, I don't want to waste my time. Just being really condescending and bitchy. She asked for paper bags, which annoys me because they take twice as long and it's already busy. I don't know if it's only me, but when a place is busy, I just can't be bothered. Like, I'll get my money ready beforehand and then I just give it and then I just leave as quick as possible because I hate looking back and then people are just looking at you like all pissed off. The worst is, when they go like that and I'm just like, nah, ain't for me, chief. I'll be like, bye. When I finally finish bagging, she hands me a bunch of coupons and I start scanning them. Alright, pay for that later. I hate just doing coupons as well because, same thing, like people just look at you and you're just like, oh my god, please let this end. The week before, there was a store event that doubled all coupons and the computer would do it automatically. She thought it was still going on, and so when the computer didn't double them, I guess she thought I was trying to short her. This gotta be in America because that ain't happening in the UK. She accuses me of this and I inform her that the special event ended 2 days ago and she says, well, can't you just do it for me? Stop being so cheap. You ended it too early. If anybody watches extreme couponing, they do it. The cashiers manually overwrite it, but then they figured out that people were using fake coupons. Now Harris Teeter is pretty chill about these things, and if she was polite and asked the manager, she probably would have had the finest, but she wasn't. So when she complained and asked for a manager, and he came over and said exactly what I said, I was very satisfied. She wasn't. After I rung her up, I still kind of felt bad because she wasn't expecting to spend so much. Oh, that's the worst, spending too much and you start looking like, damn, do I even have enough money for that? During the event, people would bring around $80 order to under $10 with the right coupons if that shows how good the deal was. Oh my god, Jesus. I know I shouldn't be saying that because some people don't like it, but that's a lot of money to save. I suggested that I could give her the senior discount, which is 5%, and can only be used on Thursday for people over 65. This would make sure she left at least a little content. After my manager would have probably thought it was a good compromise to save a customer. I don't know why, but that's very kind of them. She ain't old, like, I don't know, it's just crazy. Someone throws a first quick enough, they can get a massive discount. That's all I've learned so far. Karen did not appreciate my act of kindness, to say the least. She immediately got triggered and assumed I thought she was over 65. No, I don't want your senior discount. She said this with enough volume that the closest other cashier turned around and looked. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. This was the exact opposite reaction I was expecting and was completely thrown off. I tried to finish the transaction to get her out of the store ASAP, but she wasn't near finished. Like, damn, like, people are being nice to you. Why you gotta be so rude? Like, someone trying to help you out. Why do you have to take everything such a worst way possible? I'm sorry if the webcam kinda shook, cause I just grabbed the monitor and I just shook it. She demanded the manager come back to the register. When he got there, she accused of me calling her old and tried to say I was being extremely disrespectful. My manager, knowing how respectful I usually am to the customers, immediately smelled the bullshit and also tried to get her away from the register and over to the customer service desk so they could deal with her easily away from the line of customers. She was not having it. She kept saying, I was the most disrespectful cashier she had ever witnessed. At this point, everyone within 20 yards was gawking at our area in horror. That struggle was real. She then said that she was not leaving this spot until she got all her coupons doubled, and I was fired. My manager came in clutch and said, hold on, ma'am, I will take care of it for you, but I went and got security, and this is when shit hits the fan. Upon seeing the huge security guards following the manager over to her, she realized she was fucked and goes over with a bang. She quickly rummages through her purse and I am confused for a second. Then she pulls out a mini pepper spray bottle and starts to duck, but she lets it fly right at me as she curses some more. Say hello to my little friend. That's all I just imagined. I've never seen pepper spray used before, so when it didn't really directly hit my skin, I thought it was fine. Boy, was I wrong. As the smoke billows around the register, the other shoppers run backwards, save me please, to get away from the particles in the air. But in seconds, everyone that was touched by the smoke started hacking and running away to the bathroom. I can barely breathe through what felt like bee stings lining the insides of my deep throat, and stumbled out from my cover coughing and withering from the way that the smoke was melting my face and arms. Kinda like how I'm covering my face and my face feels like it's melting from all the sweat. Oh. A lad from the line next to me somehow bears the pain and jumps in and bear hugs against the security guard, catches up and slams her against the ground. The last thing I hear when I'm covering my scorched face and running to the employee bathroom is Karen screaming at the security guard to get off of me. The air all around where she sprayed felt like coal on fire and my sensitive skin was completely inflamed even after 15 minutes of splashing cold water on it. When I finally came back out, The shopping center police are talking to the manager, and I can see Karen being guided into the cop car through the front store windows, looking into the parking lot. It is still utter pandemonium because several shoppers got injured by the spray as well. My manager praises and apologizes to me because he doesn't want to get sued for what had happened and tells me to go home early. Despite the massive L, I got to take some stuff from Karen's cart since she already paid for it all. No, you ain't taking no L's, you ain't taking no L's. Other than getting pepper sprayed in the face. So that's my part of the story done. Next is r/comedy. So the moral of my story is, if you ever get pepper sprayed, just do this.
r/comedy here. Before I begin, I want to thank r/probing for allowing me to collab. I look forward to future collaborations. Saw my son your land, or I will call the police. Some backstory. My now passed on next door neighbor was a terrible busybody who felt it was her God-given right to tell everyone in our street what they could and couldn't do, from where they parked their cars to what flowers they could grow. She had to know everyone's business and would harass people until she got answers, even going as far as stalking. But that is for other stories. If she didn't get her own way, she would spread the most evil gossip. Her adult children, a son and a daughter, were both greedy and deeply entitled, believing that because the majority of the street were either social housing or rented properties, they were better than everyone else. And if they didn't get what they wanted, then mother would sort it out. I have many stories about this neighbor, far worse than this, but I'll start off with this one, as it is the mildest thing she has done and fits into the Entitled Parents subreddit better. The son owns 2 other properties near the end of the street, which he rents out. At the very end of the same street is another house with a plot of land right next to it. The owners of the house and land built a garage that they used for work, rebuilding old cars and bikes. The business is at least 30 years old, handed down from father to son. It's very small, so they can only work on one vehicle at a time. But due to the owner's skills at restoration, they are always in high demand. One day, about 10 years ago, the son rocks up in his latest BMW and walks up to the owner, a father and his teenage son. The rest of the conversation is paraphrased as I was not a witness, but this was told to my family by the owners themselves. Hey guys, it's your lucky day. I want to buy your land. I'll give you $15,000. Notice that he didn't ask if it was for sale or offer to negotiate a fair price. No, sorry, the business is not for sale. Thanks for the interest though. I wasn't asking for your business. You can set it up somewhere else. I want this land. It's just the right size to build another house on. Well, sorry, no. This is our livelihood. We can't just move. We would lose our business. We're looking for someplace else, and besides, it used to be my father's garage, and it's next door to our home, so why would we want to sell it? So you can make money? But we make money working here, so sorry, but it's not for sale. The son then does what you would expect a grown man of 30. Yes, 30 to do. He complained to his mother. His mother takes no time at all to walk back to the garage. Entitled mother, why won't you sell your garage to my son? He wants to build a house here because this is our place of business. We don't want to sell. You shouldn't even be working here. It's dangerous. I can assure you, ma'am, everything is up to code and we have every right to work here. Now please leave us alone. What are you hiding here? Is it drugs? What? No, we are fixing up an old bike. I knew it. You are working here illegally. Sell your land to my son or I will contact the authorities. The owner laughed and tell her to go ahead. She storms off and they think it's over. Just the nutty ravings of a mad granny, right? An hour later, sure enough, the police arrive. Apparently an anonymous caller rang them to say that the owners had been dealing drugs out of the garage. It was obvious who had called them. Of course, all the neighbors had seen the police arrive. Our street is normally quiet, and we are all nosy bastards. So when you see a blue flashing light, you step out and watch the show unfold. Entitled mother took great glee in telling everyone stood around and watching the chaos, how the owners had been selling drugs to children, and how she wasn't the one who called them, but everyone knows what is going on, and thank goodness, something is finally being done about it. Half the neighbors were shocked at this event, but a few of the long-term residents were already giving her the side eye like it was on special offer at Tesco or Walmart. She must have been feeling pretty smug with herself. Only there was a snag, just a little one. Because the tiny garage worked on a rare and old cars, which can be expensive, the owners had CCTV. That was something entitled mother had not counted on. After the police had shown up, the owners knew who the culprit was and had no issue with showing footage, complete with sound to the officers, showing entitled mother threatening to call the police if they didn't sell the land. With half the neighbors out and watching the events unfold, the entitled mother's face switched from smugness to fear as the police walked away from the garage and approached her instead. The officer then asked if they could step inside her home to discuss something she probably did not want her neighbors to hear. She received a warning regarding harassment and wasting police time. The owners of the garage were never bothered again, and the last remaining neighbors who didn't know how bad she was finally saw her for the witch she was. Sorry the ending wasn't epic, but that's just how it was. Ho hum.